And baby, we jump right into the sun. You got me thinking that you are the one. Need you in my life, that you're so beautiful. I already know the things we could do. Baby, we jump right into the sun. You got me thinking that you are the one. Need you in my life, that you're so beautiful. I already know everything about you. It's just me and you on the run.
Hey guys, so my name is Shaquille Fluellen. I am 21 years old. I'll be 22 in probably about like a month and like 5 days. Whatever, not a big deal. And basically I'm doing this video because I have been experiencing hip pain for almost 2 years. And I'm finally about to get my surgery. This is 2018. And I had decided, to make like a kind of like a video blog, to kind of, talk about what I've experienced, what I've had to stop doing, because of this hip pain, what I feel, how I feel, my emotions being up, down, up, just like all over the place. And definitely, when I do have my surgery, I definitely wanted to continue to record, so I can look back and be like, wow, like, I really got through this, like, because, there were some days where I really felt like I was never going to see the lights of the tunnel, like, I felt like this was going to be always something I was going to have to deal with, I feel like I almost, I've done a lot to modify, my life for this hip pain, and forbid, like, I started to, get used to it, to try to just, act like maybe, I'm crazy or something, like maybe this is, like, I'm making up in my mind, but, like, I knew that something was wrong, I knew that it needed to be fixed. So I'm so grateful that I'm finally going to have my surgery. So to start off, probably in the year 2014, I was like a senior in high school, and my senior class went to a ski resort. And actually, to throw this in there, I'm from Columbus, Ohio, currently living in Akron, Ohio, for school. So anyways, I was in Columbus. We were like, I don't know, maybe an hour, almost 2 hours out from like our school, and I had fell on my hip. I've always been pretty clumsy, like, all my life. Like, everybody that knows me, kind of has an idea that, sometimes I just kind of fall, and sometimes it's extreme injury, sometimes it's not, like, my body is just all over the place. And at the age of 12, I was diagnosed with juvenile rheumatoid arthritis. So, like, I've always dealt with some type of pain, but this hip pain, when I fell the first time, I literally couldn't get up. Like, the people, all the staff and stuff at the resort thought my hip was fractured because I couldn't get up. Like, I was in so much pain. I think I was crying at one point, and I was like basically 2 hours away, from my high school, not even considering, where my parents live. And it was crazy. I was scared. They had rushed me to the hospital, did the x-ray, nothing fractured, nothing, just a contusion, which I was thankful for, considering it really felt like my hip was broken. So that was that. Years had passed. I went to college. Hip was fine. Like, I can't really, like, recall having any hip pain until the year 2016. I had fell on my same hip that I had fell on the first time, going up the stairs at my apartment, one of my apartments I lived in. And after that, like, I really felt like I had did something at that point, because I had fell on it, twice, the same spot. The pain was, like, even worse, like, and, my routine, I work 2 jobs, I'm a full-time student, all that stuff really started to take a toll on my hip. So I went to physical therapy. I told my family physician, I'm like, hey, like, I fell, I went to the doctor, they just said it was a bruise, can I go to physical therapy, see if that will help. So I did that. I think a regular therapy program is like 6 weeks long, and then if they feel, the doctor feels like you need to go back, you go back for another 6 weeks, whatever. So I had went the first time. I think I had only did maybe like 3 or 4 weeks because my insurance company at the time wasn't answering their phone, for whatever reason. Like I couldn't get any more like days for physical therapy. So I was just like, oh well, it's not really bothering me that bad. I can deal with it, whatever. So I went on. I continued to work my 2 jobs. Continued to be a full-time student. Walk here, go there, drive there. Same routine. And then probably around April, that was my birthday. And like right after I came back from out of town, my hip started hurting more. Like it was okay during the trip. I had went to Philadelphia, and I went to New Jersey and New York. So I was like over like a course of 2 days. Like it wasn't like a week thing. So like I was walking everywhere, driving everywhere, going here, going there. So I don't know if like potentially, that whole thing just kind of got my hip even more agitated. But who knows. So after I came back, probably like in May, my hip was just, it had got to the point where I started going to the ER, because my hip was just hurting so bad. Like I felt like it was about to pop out. It was clicking. It was popping. I had felt like this sharp pain in my groin every time like I would lift my leg up a certain way. So this, like, the hip pain literally just started to increase like day by day. My 2 jobs that I did, I was a lifeguard and a swim instructor. So not really too physically active. Lifeguards just kind of sit there, walk around occasionally. Nothing major. And then, teaching swim lessons. You swim, but not like swim heavy like you're working out. So like it wasn't bad, working, but like it, my hip did hurt, especially, when I sitting down for long periods of time, like 30 minutes to an hour, it was like excruciating. Like my hip would hurt really bad, and like my butt cheek would burn. Like it was the worst thing I ever experienced. Like I had never felt any pain like that, considering I had already been dealing with chronic pain as it is. So I had decided to start seeing a pain management doctor. Now this was like the first doctor that I had told about my hip, basically that treated me for my hip pain. So he did his exam and said maybe you're just having some nerve pain from when you fell, da 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 da. So I was taking, I don't know, about like 4 prescriptions, like 1 for nerve pain, something for another type of nerve pain, I don't know, something like that, and then like some turmeric, like a Topamax or something like that. So I was taking that for like a month and a half, and my hip pain literally had increased after that. Like I didn't feel any relief. If anything, like it was throwing me off because one of the medications made me sleepy. So like, I was waking up, in the middle of the night because my hip would hurt, and then I'm still groggy and sleepy from the morning from the pill, and then I'm in class falling asleep, and I'm driving. Like it was just too much. So I just stopped taking it because I'm like, this is not helping me, and I can't function, high off this pill. Still sleepy, still groggy. Like, this is not right. And, like, my hip still hurts. Like, so, and that's the whole point of, I'm be taking this prescription. So I stopped taking that, and so he decided to do, I think I had got a CT done, to see if maybe, like, I don't know, there was some type of, like, damage, whatever. So I got that done, and, like, I guess it was clear for whatever. So the pain management doctor prescribed me to go to physical therapy again. So I did that, and literally the people I had went to the very first time I went to physical therapy, or the 2 times rather, they said that they couldn't help me because I had already went to them twice, even though considering one time I didn't really finish. But the same stuff that we did before, we would do again. So I'm just like, well, there's no point of even going, to the physical therapy if I didn't feel relief, the first time. So, and they were going to do the same thing, considering I had already tried medicine, whatever. So he's like, okay, we'll try aqua therapy. So luckily, I had recently decided, like months ago, that I wanted to be an aquatic therapist because, I teach swim lessons. I'm a lifeguard. I have been swimming, 4 years competitively. I was pretty good. I was on varsity level. I had became captain. I was doing big things in high school with the swimming. And, that's my passion. I would love to teach everybody how to swim if I could. one day, I will be a aquatic therapist and I will be my own swim coach. Like, that's one of my, goals that I have. But so anyways, so I was like, oh, okay, let me try aqua therapy. And like, I have never, physically seen it, you know, aqua therapy really happen. But like, I had an idea of, what they would probably do. And I thought it would be a great experience, to definitely try it, considering I had already tried physical therapy twice already. And, I don't know, I want to do aqua therapy, so whatever. So I did it, and we were kind of taking it slow because I was kind of in between of not knowing what was even wrong with my hip. Like, the pain management doctor really wasn't saying much. He was saying you might have a tear, but we're not really sure. It might be your arthritis. We're not really sure, whatever. So the aqua therapist just kind of, took it slow based off, the history of my hip pain and what I was feeling and what hurt, what movements hurt, what movements didn't hurt, stuff like that. So, we were just doing the minimal, and like, I was still having hip pain, you know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't feel any better or any worse. It was just kind of staying the same, the same thing. So I finished that, and that's when I was prescribed to my first orthopedic doctor. So this technically is the second doctor that will be seeing me for my hip pain. So, I went through the whole motion, told him about, me falling twice, and how I kind of already did physical therapy, like, 1.5 times, plus aqua therapy, and medication. So he was like, oh, well, he, did the examination. He got, some x-rays. I think I got an MRI done, to see. He said, well, maybe you might have a labrum tear. And I'm like, well, that was what the pain management doctor said. So, maybe that's true. Whatever. The symptoms, I guess, match the diagnosis. So, so we did all the imaging, and like, it came back clear, no signs of a tear, nothing like dramatic that needs to be, fixed right away, nothing like that. So, he had diagnosed me with snapping hip. And, I've never had a hip injury until when I fell the first time. So, I really didn't know what snapping hip was. And basically, snapping hip is where, like, I guess there's a few different types, but the one that I had, basically, my tendon that runs from, like, my side, like, in front of my, like, thigh, I forgot what the muscles or the tendon was called, basically snaps over my hip where my groin is every time I move it. So that's what he diagnosed me with. And, like, it kind of sounded right considering I had clicking and popping. So he was like, okay, we'll go back to physical therapy. And I'm like, okay, I guess I'll try it again, and get an injection. And so I had surgery before on my knee. I had tore my meniscus, like, back in 2012. So I had, some injections in that knee a few times. So I kind of had an idea of, how the injection would go. I knew I was going to be sore, for a few days, whatever. So I got the injection, like, on the side of my hip. Like, I guess, like, your trochanter bursa. I don't know if that's, like, the correct term, but, so I got that, and it was terrible. Like, my butt cheek was burning. Like, it was burning so bad. Like, I literally felt like somebody opened it and put a ball of fire in there. And, like, my hip, my groin. Hey guys, I'm not sure what happened at the end of this video, but I just wanted to finish it up, and just say that I was talking about the first injection I had, and I remember to this day, it was horrible. Like, the pain was worse. And so the second time I got an injection, I got it in a different part of my hip, like towards the groin area. And the side effects were even worse, but it helped for like maybe a week. And after that, I was just back to the same like level 10 pain that I was describing previously. So yeah, to wrap this up, I had tried everything. Therapy, aqua therapy, ice, heat, massages, foam rollers, injections, medication, everything but surgery. And I was just fed up, like it got to the point where I was using a cane. Like I didn't really record that part. But yeah, like at this time I was definitely using the cane to get around, and just doing my regular going to school, going to work. I couldn't do anymore. Like I couldn't do, and so just being at home was my life at this point because of the pain. It just was so bad. It was excruciating. I felt like that's when my life had really stopped. Hey guys, this picture was in 2016. This was actually after I fell the second time. You can see my messed up hip. I have the KT tape on it. I was a part of a swim club at my college. And yeah, that's what I was doing. So yeah, I wanted to share because it brings back a lot of memories. And I definitely look super small. So what you guys are seeing now is just like a homemade ice pack compress that I had made. This was before I actually had got an ice machine, but like I was just desperate to like wrap my leg in ice. Like that made it feel so much better. And now you're actually seeing an x-ray of my hips. And this picture is very interesting because it's actually showing how far that you can see the degrees of my hip. My hips were basically hypermobile, and like I was born that way, and that's called hip dysplasia. Hip dysplasia is basically a deformity of the hips. There's different types, but basically my hips just would overextend, which I'm super flexible. But like obviously you can see why this will be an issue. Because my hips would overextend every time I would move, that was adding to like the trauma and injury that I already had when I fell the second time. So today's April 12th. I'm really excited because I'm currently at my family physician. Getting ready to get cleared for my surgery, which is on the 17th, like literally 5 days away. I'm like so freaking nervous. I'm freaking out because it's finally freaking happening, but like I know that I'm gonna hurt even more, but it's only gonna be temporary, so like I can deal with that and I'll be fixed. So yeah, I just wanted to make this video in remembrance to how I felt and where I was standing from like before my actual surgery, and then like clearly after and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm waiting for my doctor to come in and do her thing, and then next video will probably be my actual pre-op, getting the IV and all that other stuff. So stay tuned. Bye. Hello, Spring. I've been waiting for you. So nice. As you guys can see, I was super excited leaving the doctor's. My appointment went really well. So I just wanted to share those positive vibes, those sunny vibes, because spring is here, and who doesn't love spring? Hey guys, that was the end of my very first video. I am super excited. I finally finished. This is such an important time in my life, and I really wanted to share. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please subscribe to my channel, Sunny Vibes with Shaquelle Fluellen. Like, comment, and follow me on Instagram at Shaquelle Fluellen. My next video is going to be about my actual surgery and recovery, and you won't want to miss that, so stay tuned.
It's just me and you on the run. Touch you, grab a ballast.